Hello, this is Blacklight628. Welcome back to Pathfinder Kingmaker. I just moved from the last episode. I didn't really do much. I just moved a little bit along the path back to Oleg and Svetlana's trading post. Um, because I want to get rid of this death's door problem with my character because I don't want my character to die, that's for certain. And I was on the path, and then this little weird, can't really get a good look at it because of this arrow, but this thing popped up. I'm kind of curious about it, so let's travel up here. Moist Basin. Oh. I guess I can't do anything with it. Just keep on traveling. Alright, made it back. So I guess, welcome back to those of you who have been watching. Thank you for watching. Some info on the more, malevolent gods down there at the bottom of the loading screen. Um, Okay, we're back. Come on, Wolf. Let's head inside and talk to our friends. Um, uh, Oleg. Listen, well, since you dispatched the bandits with such skill, maybe you can help us with another problem. There's a feral swine living here in the woods. Not a normal wild pig. We're talking about a vicious boar, as big as a bear and wicked as a devil. The locals call him Tusk Gutter. Many hunters have lost life and limb to him. Vekel Benzin found his lair and went to kill the beast, but came back with one leg. He put a bounty on the boar's head, but looks like there aren't any heroes around here bold enough to claim it. Maybe you will rid us of this monster. And Miri livens up. Of course she does. Hey, we're better than the local wussies, right? Want to bet I can chop off this tusk gutter's snout with a single swing? Come on, let's find out. Don't you think we have enough to do without bothering with this? Alright, let's go kill this tusk gutter. She gives you a wide grin and slaps your shoulder. Right, that's the way I like it. Let's do it. Tusk gutter's lair has been revealed. Alright, well that's one thing. Buckin, we got berries for you. Give fangberries. Let's see. Damn it all, these are the right berries, but they've soured. Would be so kind as to gather some fresh ones for an old man. I'm still willing to repay you for those with those three potions I mentioned before. Alright. Show me what you have. Anything new? Huh. Maybe later. Oleg. A fine day to you. What brings you by? Show me your wares. I gotta sell stuff. Artificial flower. Clear quartz. Monitor lizard scales, jade, hematite, pocket mirror, silver bell, earring, inkwells, spoon, purses, thylacine pelt, wolf pelt, and I don't know what those are, but apparently they're a cooking ingredient. How about weapons? I guess we can get rid of a couple of these, most of these, and alright. Armor. We don't need all this. Or all that. Accessories, garnet ring, bone necklace, ring of protection +1. When did I get that? Silver chain, silver ring, topaz ring. Need those. Token of the Dryad. Maybe keep that. I feel like that might be important. Oh, Svetlana's ring. Need to keep that. Offer. Deal. Thank you. Let's go inside and give that ring to Svetlana. And tell her about, what's her name? Here's your ring. Crystal gave it to me. I even managed to convince her not to fight me. She sighs bitterly. I suppose I should tell you the truth about her. Crystal wasn't her real name. Her real name was Irena before all this. She was the daughter of my mother and her second husband, my half-sister. I can't help but feel like everything that happened to her was my fault. She always had a wildness to her. She'd wander the streets, hanging out with a bad crowd. Until the day she passed, Mother complained about Irena constantly. Back then it was just cruel games and strange escapades. She never really hurt anyone back in Rostov. Her father didn't live much longer than our mother, so I decided to try to help Irena. I brought her here to the Stolen Lands, though Oleg was against it. And once here, she immediately fell under the Stag Lord's influence. She never even needed to meet him. The stories and rumors from local hunters and bandits were enough to win her over. She would tell us how he was a real leader, unlike Rostov's softies. Eventually she ran away, only to return under a new name with a pack of thugs to collect taxes from us. What's worse, she participated in the torture and execution of prisoners alongside the Stag Lord's minions. I don't know if there's any way to set her back on the right path, but I'm grateful for your kindness. Perhaps there's still hope. For the sake of my mother's memory, I'd like to believe that. Oh. Well, we got a bunch of stuff. That's fun. Oh, sad. I kind of hope we meet Irena again. Oh no! I guess you can tell her to leave, but I don't want her to leave. Have to go. Okay. Just don't leave. Okay. Don't leave without her. Of course not. She's too much. She's too nice. And I need her for the trap disarming. I really need her. Oh, it's Jhod.
How may I serve you?
Tell me about yourself, Jhod.
What exactly would you like to know?
Tell me about your past.
My story? Why not? You deserve to know it. I am a priest of Erastil, and Galt is my homeland. You can imagine what it's like following the teachings of the Stag God in a realm torn by discord and strife. Rebellion and suspicion are the pillars of Galt. Led by Erastil, I tried to guide my flock to embrace tranquility and balance, and guard them from hasty judgment, until I fell from grace myself. Foolish, foolish old Jhod.
Oh, what did you do?
My misdeeds cast a shadow over my life in service. In search of redemption and a balm for my soul, I took to the road. I had come nearly to despair when Erastil sent me a vision of the Temple of the Elk. I knew that very moment that the Stag God had shown me the way to redemption.
What did you do to anger Erastil?
Well, if you truly wish to know, I'll have to start from the long time back. Werewolves preyed upon the lands around my village. They murdered people for fun or sport, and left the corpses to rot on the roads. One night, they broke into a young woman's house and dragged her into the streets.
Oh no.
One evening, a traveler came to our tavern, tattered and dirty from days on the road, like so many others roaming Galt. He sat quietly in the corner of the tavern, drinking cheap ale, and in an instant, I knew he was a werewolf. I felt it in my soul. It was like Erastil himself had whispered it into my ear. Led by Providence, I left to gather my flock, and we surrounded the tavern. The retribution. The retribution was swift. However, I was tragically mistaken. The young man was no werewolf. He was a bandit, sent to spy on the village by one of the local gangs. We only found out after, when we went through his things.
I'm not sure what to do here. They're both neutral. Let's go. You should have stayed your hand and discovered the truth before you acted. Yeah, alright.
Indeed. I remind myself of this every day when I awaken, and again when I go to sleep. I, who admonished my fellow citizens for the chaos they spread and the transgressions they made. But then I, myself. Whatever the case, I knew Erastil was no longer pleased with me. It was terrifying. Imagine how my mind raced when here in the Stolen Lands I heard the voice of the Stag God once again. He gave me another chance at service to atone for my guilt. Now I have regained hope, and that very hope is my most precious possession.
Alright then. I've already heard about Galt, so I'm not going to ask him about it. That's enough for now. Oh wait, tell me about the visions that led you to the Temple of the Elk.
That's why I'm here.
I've heard of the Temple of the Elk from a local nymph. She believes a mad druid who served the Stag Lord once performed his rituals there. It seems that's where the magic mist comes from.
To defile the ancient shrine of Erastil, and with such unnatural magic. How could it be that this druid wasn't completely exhausted?
Why do you need to find this temple?
What is there to understand? The gods do not send us visions for no reason. We must go to the temple. Then I believe we shall discover the true meaning and wisdom of Erastil's will.
What do you want from me?
Find the Temple of the Elk. I've pieced together its location from what I can remember of my visions. I have a rough idea of where to look for the sanctuary, somewhere in the North Nile marshes. However, I don't possess the strength to walk this path myself. Do not reject my plea, good traveler, and I'll repay you as best I can. In these dark times, people rarely help each other without compensation. May Erastil forgive us all. But I am sure my healing abilities will be useful to you.
End dialogue. Actually, I wonder where Harrim is. Is Harrim... Harrim, where are you at? Maybe over here? Because I haven't gotten to talk to Harrim yet. I'm sorry that this is another talk-heavy episode. After we just had a talk-heavy episode. Ooh, head chomper. That's a good owl cat. Nope, not over here. Maybe he's in this corner. No. He's... What? Did I just barely miss him or something? Oh, he's sitting at the fire and he's like blended into the ground. Oh, I didn't realize I could zoom in. What? Ah, it's you, Oran. Did I startle you? I'm sorry. Oh no, that doesn't matter. I was just contemplating the futility of existence and the worthlessness of the universe. The ways of Grotus are great. My humble mortal mind cannot fully grasp them, but I do what I can. I'd like to talk about your god, Grotus. You wish to learn about Grotus? Yes, of course. I will answer anything you ask. What are Grotus's teachings about in a nutshell? Grotus is the end of all that exists. Look around, Oran. What do you see? Look again and realize that everything will be destroyed. Our clothing and our armor will turn to dust. The walls of the palaces will crumble into ruins. The trees will fall. And you and I will die much sooner than that. Grotus is a timeless watcher. He He's locked, oh, it looks like that's a bit of a typo. He's been locked away by Pharasma, the goddess of rebirth. From her boneyard, he watches over the world, knowing the time for the final reaping shall come. He's the bloated moon hanging in the sky. He's the harbinger of the last days. He's the one who will stay when all the others are gone. Pharasma has Grotus locked in her boneyard, so she is stronger than Grotus. Of course she is stronger. For now. Grotus is weaker than Pharasma, and many other gods. I would be a fool if I tried to claim otherwise. If Grotus were stronger, the end times would already have come, wouldn't they? This is stuff that I am unaware of in the Pathfinder universe. Although there are a lot of things that I'm unaware of in the Pathfinder universe. Okay. But the powers of other gods fade away. They dissolve slowly, a grain in a century. Grotus collects those grains and waits. He doesn't need to hurry. He knows that his time shall come. Usually clerics can speak with their gods. What does Grotus say to you? What is his will? Grotus doesn't speak to his clerics. Actually, Grotus doesn't need any clerics. He only allows his whispers to be heard, and only by those who are dying to hear them. His words are unclear, but they call to you. His voice comes with the soft rustle of fallen leaves, with the woeful wailing wind at the mountain pass, with the roar of the raging blizzard. And it calls you to strike out on the road, onwards, always onwards, over the pass, over the bridge, and further along. Up ahead, where the edge of a grey robe flashed, and a candle sputtered for the last time before dying. Onwards, always onwards, until your feet can no longer carry you. Okay. Thanks for telling me about Grotus. I've learned enough for now. Then let me ask you, what do you think about Grotus? It was interesting to learn about him. No more, no less. I'll be glad to talk with you about Grotus any time, Oran. After all, that's why I travel in your company. Tell me about your past. My life is divided into two parts. The first was filled with blind wandering, doubts, and attempts to serve Torag. The second part began when I accepted Grotus into my soul and received a clear vision of the world. What exactly would you like to know? You once tried to serve Torag? Not just tried, it was a burning passion. I craved it by day and dreamt of it at night. You see, Oran, from my first days I felt the presence of the god at my back. I heard his whispers and felt his power, though the nature of this power wasn't clear to me. I thought Torag himself was trying to speak to me, and I did all I could to understand his words. Oh, what a naive fool I was. I had no idea that Torag, that uncompromising, conceited god, glamorized by all dwarves, was capable of betrayal. He turned away from me, Oran. He left me in the hour when I put all my hopes in him and desperately needed his support. Torag is the god of craftsmanship, so every follower, especially the clerics, must smith their own suit of armor. The day when this work is finished is like the second birthday for a dwarf. He's newly born in the eyes of Torag. My second birthday never came. I couldn't make armor, not even a sword, not even a simple nail. My hammer smashed my fingers and fell on my feet. Molten iron burned my hands. The clerics laughed as they healed me. They used to say I was cursed by Torag, so finally I gave up any attempt to please the betrayer god. Even if Torag really has rejected you, is that enough reason to leave your homeland? You don't know much about dwarves. Huh. How can a dwarf cursed by Torag go on living in a city where every single soul bows to Torag? I was alone, disgraced, humiliated, insulted. Ah, I feel bad for the guy. I was trying to drown my sorrows in drink, but even the owner of the cheapest pub on the road would laugh at me while he put those mugs in front of me. I couldn't take it any longer. I wanted everything to end. But there was one thing that kept me going and prevented me from ending my life. I could still hear that divine whisper behind my back. It was yet faint. It took a long time before I could hear it clearly. But having heard it once, I could never forget it. It was clear that none of Larad's deities favored me, so I left the 5 Kings Mountains and went out searching. Where Where are you from? My life story began in Larad, a city of dwarven clerics and acolytes. They served Torag and the other dwarven gods. Torag's brothers Angrad and Magrim, Torag's wife Fulgrit, his daughter Bulka, his sons Grundanar, Coles, and Trud, and also Torag's sister Drangvit. I wouldn't be surprised if they built a temple to Torag's pet dog. Wow, bitter. Sorry, I let myself get carried away. Larad is the second largest dwarven city in the Five Kings Mountains. It's built up around numerous temple caverns. Oh, sorry about that. Temple caverns, which serve as places of worship for all the dwarven gods. Many pilgrims from every corner of Galarian come to Larad to pray to their gods. Some remain to live there. The city is simply imbued with faith. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting a cleric. It's no surprise, inspired by the aura of this city, that I decided as a young boy to dedicate all my efforts to becoming a cleric of Torag. Okay. I didn't think dwarves ever worshipped Grotus. How did you learn about him? Oh, but that blessed day became the beginning of a new life. Alone and abandoned by all, I spent many dull hours in a filthy tavern by the roadside. I don't recall the town, nor even the country. I had no money. In fact, all I had was a hunk of stale bread. I was weary and almost fainting from hunger. And that was the moment when the whisper from my God became more clear. It was like he was calling me. At last my sufferings had come to an end. It was a miracle, Oran, and I had paid full price for it with my torments. I couldn't control myself. I walked out of the tavern and straight into the nearest forest, and there I found the ruined temple of Eridan, the lost god. Ooh. Several figures clad in robes were holding a silent service there, a service to a god I knew nothing of. None minded when I stood beside them. For the first time in my life I felt myself at home. My new brothers told me that they were clerics of Grotus, the god of end times. They were traveling around Galarian, spreading the teachings of Grotus, despite all the persecution, contempt, and misjudgment they received from others. I gladly shared this burden with them, for now I knew whose voice had whispered to me through all those years. Wait, so you couldn't make even a simple nail, and you blamed Torag? Are you suggesting that my problem was not a curse, just my own inability to work with metal? Or maybe you're saying that I was just too lazy. Ooh, he's mad. You're a fool if you think so, an ignorant fool. Have you ever met a dwarf who can't handle a smith's hammer? Even our children craft knives. No, no, no. Torag is the cause of my sufferings. The betrayer god deliberately cursed me, just to make a laughing stock at me. But I won't let myself get angry at you, Oran. You're an ignorant and blind soul, and my aim is to guide you through this dying world that marches towards its end. I will open your eyes or die trying. Grotus will be pleased by either outcome. Let's talk about something else. Um, um, thanks for the conversation. We'll talk later. Wow, that was a lot. Again, I'm sorry for, this being a conversation-heavy episode. Alright, let's get some sleep. Get rid of this death's door. Kit. Hey, cat. Go to sleep. I swear to God, if we have that river dream again. Nope. Okay. Alrighty. And leave. And let's go do some proper adventuring before the end of this episode. Actually, have I looked up here? I don't think I have. I'm just gonna check up here real quick. See if there's anything important this way. No, looks like it's just the edge. Okay, let's go. Alright. Accept. I have to go back there. I need to go to there. That's where the boar is. Let's get these on our way back. That seems like a good plan. Just gotta remember. Sure, that'll be important at some point. Okay, let's go to the river first. Or Nettles Crossing, yeah. Accept. Why aren't you auto-traveling? Okay. Camp. Dang it, Lindsay. Oh, not again. Alright, looked out the window. Again with that. Whoop, here we go. Fight. Okay. Yeah, I think I've seen, come to think of it, I think I've seen Grotus on a list of like Pathfinder deities or something. Okay, what do we got here? Anything behind us? Doesn't look like it. Bandit Illusionist, interesting. Okay, let's get you to do a daze. Oran, I want you to do Acid Maw. Wolf, attack the Illusionist. Valerie, you attack this one. Amira, you attack that one. Harrim, do Bless. And... okay, go. And then I want a flare on that Bandit Illusionist. Oh, crud. Orin, are you okay? Great. He's blind. Are you kidding me?
This should do it.
There was another one I didn't see.
A calculated risk.
Oh no. Okay. Okay.
May I suggest a way to use the spell?
I am prepared.
You guys okay? No?
Time's not waiting.
Still stunned. Okay. There you go. Oof, that could have gone pretty badly.
The end draws near.
I know what to do.
There we go. And Lindsay, you use one too. And on yourself. There we go. And now that we're done with that, alright. So the bandits have illusionists, and they can cast things like color spray. Oh, that's just great. That's just great. Alright. Okay. And you know what? I'm going to end this episode here before we enter Nettles Crossing. Thank you again for watching Pathfinder Kingmaker. I hope you continue to enjoy it. I'm interested to see like what comes of these dreams that Oran is plagued with. So yeah, I'll see you in the next episode. I am Blacklight628, and until next time, farewell.